Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. Cheers! Hi guys, it's your girl Melo Dlamini and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be talking about debt, and we're going to be talking about the different types of debt, and we're going to be talking about how to minimize as much debt as possible. We're also going to be touching on the topic of credit scores, and I hope this video is going to become as an educational curve for you, and it's going to be something that you yourself will just do some background research on more. Now, bear in mind, I am not a financial advisor. I myself am trying to get the hang of things, the hang of life. And with what I've learned from people and what I've seen from life itself, is that there are actually two types of debt. There is good debt and there is bad debt. Now, good debt is when you decide to take things on credit, and these are the things that will have a good impact on your credit score because you can pay on time, you can manage paying on time, and you can afford to actually pay for it. And bad debt is when you decide to take things on credit that you cannot afford to pay, or you are not managing your credit account properly. You're not sitting down and actually reevaluating whether or not you are handling your store cards correctly, and therefore you're finding yourself in so much debt, bad debt, because you are taking things on credit and you're not actually paying for them on time. Now, what I've learned from my life experience is that it is good to take things on credit to help you build your credit score so that you can buy your likes of cars, your likes of, houses, which are actually assets. You can use your car for something like bulbs, and you can use your house and for something, it's property. It can last you for a long time, and it can have a good implication on your descendants even. So these things that we want to buy on credit are actually good for us. But there are things that we buy on credit that don't necessarily have that much of an impact in our lives, but they are good to look at. Things like cell phones, things like clothing, things like even furniture. I was told and I was advised, if I can buy things, those type of things, cash, I should. And I should avoid trying to, have too many clothing accounts. I should avoid trying to have too many, things under my name where I'll end up not being able to manage them. So I'm not saying don't have clothing accounts. I'm saying that have at least one. Okay, have a maximum of one clothing account that you can manage, where you buy one item in your clothing account and you'll be able to pay for that very same item the next month, right? So that you can build your credit score. Credit score is actually a very important thing for us to accumulate because it will help us in the future. Okay, and secondly, in order to avoid bad debt, you also need to be able to sit down and count and list the amount of things that you do have in debt, and also make sure that you are paying them before time and on time. And make sure that you are paying more than what you are actually supposed to pay. Like, I have a clothing account and I bought sneakers a while ago, and I usually pay more than what I'm supposed to be paying. Usually they'll tell you, okay, pay us 200 Rand every single month for these amounts of sneakers, but I'll pay 500 so that, I can have that good credit score. And third point is that when you do decide to take debt, make sure that you actually know what type of person you are. Some people are just spenders and they love spending and they spend. Like myself, I love spending. I love spending. But I have a certain degree of responsibility when I do spend. So be able to identify whether or not you should take this credit store card or you should take this credit card depending on the personality you have. If you know that my personality is a spender, then it's advisable not to take a credit card, and to take things on lay-by instead. And that's another way of building your credit score. So yeah, know yourself, know the type of person you are. If you spend too much, and you have a problem with paying back, then buy things on lay by, and avoid buying things that are a lot. Avoid buying things that are a lot on credit. Also, uh, avoid not having savings. Have savings so that in case something does happen and life takes a detour and you lose your job, that you'll be able to settle down your debt without you getting a backslash for that. So it is good to have savings to back you up in those rough predicaments. And what else? Don't be pressured by society. Don't be pressured by your peers. If your peers have iPhone 15s and 14s and 13s, and you yourself, you just have your young Samsung, it's okay. At least save for what you want. I'm not saying don't get what you want. I'm saying save for what you want so that you can be able to minimize your debt. For example, if you want a young iPhone 13, save for like maybe 6 months, save a certain amount, and then after that, you will be able to make a down payment and you'll be able to pay off the rest of your iPhone perhaps at a later stage. So yeah, just be patient. Life needs patience. Life needs you to not be pressured by people. Life needs you to just be wise in how you spend your money, because you'll end up finding yourself in so much debt that it's going to overwhelm you. And this video is intending to just save you from that. So if you are young and you find yourself new in this corporate world and you're wondering, how am I going to be able to do this? I will say, start little by little. If you want to buy furniture, start small. Buy a washing machine first, or buy what you need first. Buy a stove first, and buy it cash. If you can't buy things cash, buy them cash. If you need to buy things on credit, then buy things on credit once at a time. You know. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in my YouTube video. I hope this was impactful. It was short and simple, but this is what I've learned so far about debt. There'll be more videos coming up. They'll be talking about, life things that we should be discussing as a society. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in to the next video.